Well, guys, it's Saturday, and you know what time it is. It's the farmer's market haul time. I don't have as much this time around because we are looking to save money. We're a bit low on funds till payday, but I wanted to get something. And the nice thing about the farmer's market is you could take your EBT and you can do dollar for dollar. So if you ask for 10, like I did today, you get 20. If you ask for 20, you get 40, 40 gets 80, 50 gets 100, so on and so forth. And that's a great program because it helps the people who go to the farmer's market to sell their goods. It helps them out a lot too. So, starting off, I had missed this last week. Vincent, my boyfriend, had asked for me to get a pumpkin roll while I was there because he wanted pumpkin roll. It's one of the few sweets that he really, really likes. And nobody had pumpkin roll last week, so I had to just kind of, okay, deal with it. But this week, yes, and doesn't it look beautiful? That nice orange color with the pumpkin. You know what makes a perfect pumpkin roll? It not being too sweet. I had a pumpkin roll from Walmart last month, and I was the one that ate it, but it was so sweet. You couldn't taste the pumpkin. All you could taste was the horribly sweetened cream cheese. Like, too sweet. A perfect pumpkin roll, you're going to taste the savory of the pumpkin and the sweet of the cream cheese. And the cream cheese isn't supposed to be overly sweet either. You want to sweeten it, but you don't want to put too much sweetener in it. And this one, it looks like the top was rolled in pecans too. So not only are you going to get the savory from the pumpkin, the sweet from the cream cheese, you're going to get the nuttiness of the pecans too. Perfect freaking pumpkin roll, you guys. I wish I could transfer the flavor to you guys somehow, but just be happy knowing that this is a wonderful pumpkin roll. I don't even need to taste it to know because I have tasted their pumpkin rolls before, and they're delicious. So from the same vendor, I got 4 dozen bizcochitos. It's missing one because I had to try one. So it's 4 dozen minus 1 for $12. I spent everything I had left on these. And if you're New Mexican, you'll understand the pull of bizcochitos, especially during the Thanksgiving and Christmas seasons. A bizcochito is a cookie made mostly with lard, and of course all the other baking ingredients, but the main ingredient in it is lard and anise. And the perfect bizcochito, in my opinion, you can taste the lard a little bit. It's not overwhelming, but then you taste the anise as soon as you bite into one of the seeds, mixed with the cinnamon sugar. And a perfect bizcochito is going to be flaky, and it's going to melt in your mouth, and it's just perfect. My mouth is watering thinking about it, and I just had one, so... Okay, so the next stall, the woman who owns it is named Annie, and she does all her own baked goods like quiches, pies, cookies. She candies her own walnuts. She does all sorts of stuff. Her quiches are freaking good. Anyone who doesn't know what a quiche is, Quiche, a quiche is like an egg pie, basically. And I know that sounds gross, but it's actually not. The egg is baked into like a pie form, and you can have anything in these quiches. You can have spinach, bacon, onions, pepperoni, anything. You can make quiche out of anything. My favorite quiche from her is the bacon caramelized onion one. Mwah, chef's kiss. This is from her. This is one of her baked goods, and I think this is her signature almond ganache. And it's so sweet and it's so rich. You can only have a couple bites at a time of anything she makes the almond ganache with. But it's so good. This is a black Russian cake. This, I guess, is made with vodka and Kahlua. And she said it'd give you a little bit of a buzz. More like a coffee buzz, though, because of the way she made it. So, this I cannot wait for. It smells fantastic. I can smell the chocolate underneath all this. Looks like a little bundt cake almost. It's cute and it smells so good. I'm gonna put it in the fridge as soon as I'm done making this video though. From the Paradise Cookies stall. So last week I had gotten the peanut butter cookies and my half-eaten chocolate chip cookie. Their cookies were freaking good. No wonder they're called Paradise Cookies, because they're soft and chewy and full of flavor and another melt in your mouth yummy goodness. So this week I decided to get their Snickerdoodles. I don't normally like Snickerdoodles, but these have caramel in them. Little caramel bits in them. And you guys, I love caramel. Caramel's my favorite. Caramel, however you say it. I love it. So, moving on. I have this lung tonic tea from the same woman. This isn't from Flower and Cup. She is another wonderful tea brewer. Tea master, I guess you would call it. I don't know what you would call it. But this is the same woman that I get my drops from. This is my anxiety drops. These are my anxiety drops. I have a heart health tea from her. This is her heart love tea. This one is made with hibiscus, linden, hawthorn, and bilberry. This one is really good. It's good for your heart health and stuff. And so I figured since that one is so good and it's helped out a lot, I would buy the lung tonic tea, which is falling apart on me. This one is made with mullein, marshmallow leaf, epimedium, spearmint, and anise. And for those who don't know what epimedium is, it is also known as... What is epimedium?
According to Wikipedia,
it's also known as barrenwort, bishop's hat, fairy wings, horny goatweed, or yin yang hao. It is a genus of flowering plants in the family Berberidaceae. The majority of them are found in China. They're endemic to China, with smaller numbers elsewhere in Asia and a few in the Mediterranean region. Long-term use of horny goatweed specifically is not necessarily good. Long-term use can cause dizziness, vomiting, dry mouth, thirst, and nosebleed. Taking large amounts of horny goatweed might cause spasms and severe breathing problems. If you're using it as a tea, though, mixed with other things, it is perfectly safe. And the use of it, it is an herb that was used in traditional Chinese medicine to treat fatigue, arthritic pain, nerve pain, and sexual dysfunction. It's thought to alter levels of certain hormones and is marketed as a dietary supplement for libido. So, you can use it. It's used for fatigue, obviously, and sexual function. It also contains phytoestrogens, chemicals that act somewhat like the hormone estrogen. So it helps with fatigue and stuff. People use horny goatweed for ED, sexual problems, weak and brittle bones, health problems after menopause, and other conditions, but there's no good scientific evidence to support any of these uses. So that is what it's used for: fatigue, sexual dysfunction, stuff like that. And in this case, it's used for lung tonic health. So it acts as an expeller. It gives it that expelling, like it helps with clearing the lungs and doing so without giving you that euphoric feeling. So hopefully this stuff works. Her Heart Love tea and her drops work. So I'm hoping that drinking this will help me clear out my lungs a little more. I'm still recovering from the COVID, so yeah. And last, but definitely not least, I did stop at Flower and Cup. Eva is such a sweet girl. I love her and I love her teas. She almost made me cry because she gave me this. I had been wanting to try the Lovely Day more than just a little sample, and she gave me this. Look at how beautiful this tea is. The yellow is the calendula. There's rose petals and what else did she say? Calendula, rose petals, and one other thing, and I can't think. She showed me the recipe for it, but look at how beautiful these are. And she gave it to me. She said she thought of me when she saw it, that this was the last of hers. So she held on to it, and as soon as I got there, she pulled it out and she said, "I want you to have this." I was like, "Oh, you want me?" She's like, "I always think of you. I always wonder if you're gonna be there for the week." She made me feel so good about myself. She's, "Oh, you're such a nice person." She liked my hair. She's like, "Oh my God, I love the pink look." She is just one of those people that make you feel good about yourself, even though, even without trying, she makes you feel good about yourself. And she's got such a great personality, and she makes great teas, and I love her. She's quickly becoming my favorite vendor there. And then I bought another bag of Cup of Health. I don't like peppermint normally, but this is made with peppermint, ginger, and white tea. And the white tea gives you a little bit of a caffeine boost, which I've needed in recovering from COVID, because I was doing a little bit of research, and I guess COVID can actually worsen depression. I already struggle with depression as it is. Drinking this tea gives that little boost necessary to avoid that depression. So I had to buy more Cup of Health. So that was my haul, guys. Like I said, not very much this time. Not until payday, at least. We're trying to hang on to what little money we do have still for the week. Rent was just paid too. That's $800. So I'd say we're good. I was still able to get a few things thanks to the dollar for dollar program with the EBT. And I was able to get more tea, because tea honestly helps me while I'm sick. I used to hate hot tea, and now that I've grown older, I'm almost 30 years old, guys. A cup of hot tea really helps me at the end of the day. It could be any tea, and just the warmth and the comfort that I get from a cup of hot tea will make me fall asleep at the end of the day. So I just had to get more tea. That was my main concern, was making sure that my tea stocks are full. So that was it, guys. Please make sure, if you're in Las Vegas, New Mexico, not Nevada, please make sure if you're here on a Saturday to go check it out. It starts 11 to 2, and it's definitely worth it. You get fresh everything, I'm telling you. Bye, guys.